Leave the light on for myself when I come home. Leave the light on for myself when I come home.
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Music Mondays.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Leah, and we are here to talk to you about music that we like, and hopefully you will like also.
That's
So,
the plan, yeah.
that is the plan. So today's episode is going to be about Overcoats. And they have one album. It is their debut album that came out in April of 2017, and it is called Young.
Yeah.
And according to my young notes, it is notes on Young. My little notes here. NPR called it one of the best albums of 2017, and I would have to agree.
I like it a lot. It's not necessarily like my go-to genre, which is kind of weird to say because they kind of mix in and out of different genres in each song. But I definitely think it's a really well-produced album, and they both have a lot of talent. So
Yeah, I thought one of the things that I liked the most was just how they used like a duo so uniquely, because usually you don't get an entire album where the entire thing is pretty much in two-part harmony, which I really appreciated because I'm a sucker for a good harmony.
well, and they harmonize two voices that are incredibly similar.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell.
Who's who and what's what. Like, I mean,
Right.
when you first sent it to me, I was like, is that one person or two? Is
Yeah, it
one
just
of the
sounds
people
like they
just the
looped
producer?
themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. But my notes, I'm going to keep referring to my notes and
Yeah.
saying my notes out loud like a crazy person. They are a minimalist electronic pop duo. Wow. And they draw influences from folk and bluegrass, which I think is interesting because I did not pick up on any influences from folk and bluegrass. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. In the beginnings of The Fog, I can hear the folk influences, but then it immediately goes into like glitchy
Yeah.
pop, like pop that wants to be EDM but doesn't quite want to go there.
Yeah.
But then they go back to folk again.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't really pick up on it because I guess I couldn't really look past the poppiness.
Yeah.
And I was also, like flailing, dancing
Yeah.
to every song because I just can't help myself. So
It's a very danceable album. I'll give
it
it
is
that.
a danceable album. I know. I wrote. These are my exact words. Can either curl up during rainy times or get super lit in your living room or kitchen. Whatever strikes your fancy.
I strongly agree with that statement. 10 out of 10.
Well, like half their songs are like kind of slow and just lovely harmonies. Like my favorite is Hold Me Close, and it just has just a lovely chord progression, and I just want to lay out in a field of like, what are those?
The
Plants.
wispies?
The wispy brown plants that
Yeah.
kind of just like go like this, and I just want to lay in it
Yeah.
during the golden hour of the day
Yeah.
and cry.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
Well, what's weird about this music is you get into it and you're like, oh yeah, leave the light on, but like the song's
Yeah.
like, hey, my dad sucks. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, and you're like
We're there.
really getting into it, and then you're like, this is really deep.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on to it.
Like, Smaller Than My Mother is one of my favorite tracks on the album. And then I listen to it, to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh,
You're like, well, now
this
I
is
don't,
not.
now I feel sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of a lot. And like, listening to Father, isn't the first one Father?
It is. Yeah, it starts with Father and ends with Mother.
Yeah, yeah. There's some stuff going on there.
Definitely.
Father is just like, there are demons in my head, and I am sad, and I'm like,
Okay.
but it's also really beautiful.
It is a beautiful song. It's just like a whole lot of, whoa,
Yeah,
you know?
a whole lot of whoa whoa.
Yeah.
That's just what is music to you? Whole lot of whoa whoa.
A whole lot of whoa.
I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely.
I was on Instagram last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my sound blasting for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes that happens when you're just scrolling and then suddenly everything's loud.
Yeah.
You know? But Leave the Light On was in a Madewell ad. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I sent it to
I
my
mean-
sister enthusiastically. Was like, listen to this. And she's like, yeah.
She's like,
Be happy. Be happy for me.
yeah. She's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, she's like, I don't
Okay.
care. I mean, she was the one who showed me this album. So, I mean, she really likes him, but she's like, I've just known about it for so long. Get over it. You're doing a whole podcast with this. Oh.
I
That's what she
listened
said.
to it 15,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah. She's heard it in Grey's Anatomy, which I can't watch because I am a squeamish young.
Which
Young gal.
song was on Grey's?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Look at me with Google.
Wow. I have one Google Doc open and I just have it scrolled all the way to the bottom and I haven't moved it. So,
Oh, they put Leave the Light On
mm,
Grey's Anatomy.
that's
Oh, wait.
a good one. That's a boppy one.
Why? Okay, well, maybe they played more. Because there's also a link for Smaller Than My Mother, Grey's Anatomy, and also Father on Grey's Anatomy.
I can imagine them playing Father as they're like running through the ER hallway in slow motion, panicking.
They played Father. Got it. So there was an episode where this one character who's super, like, her whole storyline is about how close she is to her religion. And she, like, almost dies. And
Oh.
I guess that they played it because what I'm reading currently, live and in studio, is that it says, "My father understands the demons I wrestle with in my daydream and knows what to say when they are winning. And I go spinning all night, screaming, 'I don't need your help.' He knows that means I need it bad." Which makes a lot of sense for
Is real
A, that character, B,
also A, someone who's dying.
her storyline, and C, someone who's, like, currently dying.
Like, clearly you need some kind of help because you almost did.
Spoiler alert, she lives.
If you haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, I haven't. I have no desire. But if you haven't watched it yet, you're late. Get with it.
It's too late for you.
It's too late to give spoilers.
That's the
'Cause
last
it just
spoiler
has,
alert
like, a
I give in this
billion
entire
seasons.
podcast. Yeah. There's
Welcome
like
back to Music Mondays, where we only talk about Grey's Anatomy that we haven't watched. Well, I don't know about you. I haven't watched it.
I watch.
They just, I get upset in my stomach when I see other people that are like, I don't know, close to death. It makes me feel weird.
And I'm like,
And you're like, this is intense. I know my mom, well, my mom's a nurse, and my sister is my sister. They just love it. And I always have to go in the other room, and they're like, we're going to watch Grey's Anatomy just so you know. And I'm like, fine.
yeah.
I'll go lock myself away.
My parents like have to have a box of tissues every time.
Yeah.
Um,
I've heard that it's quite a tearjerker. The one guy on it's pretty hot, though.
Avery. What's his real name?
Is he the guy with the eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know. I don't even have to look.
We don't even have to
know.
tell you. You know that he is attractive.
Yeah.
So.
Back to
And we're back
overcoats.
to what we were supposed to be talking about.
Full circle.
Isn't that funny how life just comes full circle sometimes? Oh, my neck just cracked.
Oh man. Okay, so with the album, there's just a lot of good stuff happening going. Like
There's
the whole
not a
time.
song on it that I don't like, which is rare for me to find in an album. Because usually there's some, they're like, oh, this is like, oh, whatever, I'll skip it.
That's 23 for me, the third track on the album. I'm like, I'll
But
listen to it.
But it is like a slow jam,
Yeah,
I guess you could call it.
but the rest of it's just really good. And I'm looking at the ratings on their Spotify, and everything has like 3.5 bars of goodness. And I'm like, this needs to be way better than
It
that.
needs to be 5 bars of goodness. It's very unique, and I think that's what I appreciate about it so much, because I haven't crossed an album like that. I mean, like, yeah, you get your glitchy pop, and you're like, this is a little weird. I don't have anything against glitchy pop. I listen to some weird music, but the way it's so musical, and it's so obviously musical, that I feel that they can make glitchy pop appeal to a wider audience than like most artists
Mhm.
that are in that area.
Yeah.
Because most people are just like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's making some weird noises. And it's like, no, this is like really good and like really goes in depth like on a musical side and has a lot behind it lyrically,
Mhm.
which is a lot, but you have to sit down and focus on it. You can't just play in the background. I mean, you can if you don't want to be sad,
Yeah.
but like if you want to be sad, sit and really listen to the words because it'll get you right there
Yeah.
instantly. Within the first verse of the very first song,
Yeah.
you're sad.
Well, and you guys will find with me that lyrics are my thing, and
But yeah, we didn't
This-
talk about why we are here. We'll do that later.
we'll get there in just a hot minute. Maybe we introduce ourselves at the end of our first podcast.
That's how we should do it.
Okay. But lyrically, this album slaps. Like, it's really, it's really, really
Bangin'.
deep and metaphorical in places that you wouldn't expect, and just fucking, like, really good.
Yeah, I agree. Also just
What is it? Nighttime Hunger, where they are harmonizing mouth sounds and then harmonize over their mouth sounds being glitched.
Is that the one where they're like Yeah.
Yep, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
It's really,
I'm all about a good mouth guitar.
Yeah.
I can't play any instruments, so I play a lot of mouth instruments.
Yeah. I know how to play the flute, and that's all.
You can do mouth flute. I mean, I guess technically
That's
real
whistling.
flute is mouth flute. But I mean
Accurate.
like mouth flute as in like you know.
Yeah. Like air piccolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air flute.
Yeah.
Some rockin' air flute.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that? Let's start a band. We'll call it air flute. And I'll just be there and you can play the air flute.
I'm out.
Okay, well thanks for tuning in.
See
No.
you later.
Thanks for listening. This has been garbage. No.
So- Something else that I noticed on their Spotify profile is they're actually a pretty low profile group. They only have 7,023
yeah. Yeah, they're-
723,000
There we go.
monthly listeners.
we go.
Numbers are hard.
I only have 7 listeners. No.
Yeah. Us
And-
and you 4 watching.
Yeah,
5.
You 4 people, which is our parents.
Yeah.
That are gonna watch this.
Accurate.
No, like I was surprised at how kind of small
Yeah.
they were, but then they go and they're like, oh, we're in Grey's Anatomy, but we are like really small, but we're also in Grey's Anatomy.
Well,
which
Grey's Anatomy's okay. Their music supervisor has like one of the lowest budgets I've ever seen, and they do a lot of
Yeah, that makes
covers of
sense then.
things. It's really sad. They had like 3 seasons where it was straight covers of things, and they weren't even good covers of things. Made me kind of really angry.
Yeah,
But
you should take over.
yeah, maybe this is a good intro into what I'd like to do.
Oh,
nice
segue.
So, music supervision, which I just mentioned about Grey's Anatomy, because we're back there already.
Yeah.
Music supervision is putting soundtracks behind movies and television, and that's what I would like to do with my life. And I also classify it as making people feel things. So I would like to call myself the Feelies of this podcast.
What were we gonna call me? I don't remember.
You were like the knowledge or something.
I don't have any of that.
You
The-
know, like the details of music.
The technicalies
Sure.
and then the feelies. Technicalies is a lot.
The tentacles and the feelies.
The tentacles.
Yeah.
And then the feelies.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
what's your background here?
Well, my background here is I have been involved in music for a long time. I grew up, my dad is a musician. I have seen probably every band that you can. I don't even remember half of them because he made me go. But yeah, I performed for a really long time. I did show choir in high school. I've done musical theater, all that kind of stuff. And I want to work in the music industry as an A&R director. is the closest title that I could find to what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more artist management. You're kind of a liaison between artists and labels and venues and things. But my ideal area is when an artist I want them to come to me and say, I want to go on tour. And I say, okay. And I want to be involved in that process between when they say that and then when we actually send them on tour. That's like somewhere in there. I don't know what those people are called, pre-production people. But in the music industry, that's all I got. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pretty balling.
and then we found each other, and it was magical. And then we were like, wow, we both like all of the same things.
Yeah.
And now we're friends, and now we have this podcast because we're really passionate about music, and we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we can talk about it all day, just on the couch or something. But
Which we do.
Which we
have done.
Yeah, for
pretty
hours.
much all week. Yeah.
Um,
But what I think is going to be cool with us and this podcast, like obviously we said, like I'm more into like lyrics and the feelies, and you're more into the harmonies and the instruments and the
like the theory,
the
music theory kind of
yeah.
behind it.
yeah.
I know nothing about music theory, by the way.
And
but I
then
pretend that I do.
I took a music theory class freshman year online, and it was garbage.
Yeah.
But I think something cool is that you listen to a lot of like the weird alternative, not folk, but almost there.
Yeah.
And then I listen to the weird alternative, not jazzy, but also not rap.
Yeah.
But then we like mix in the middle.
Yeah.
So
we have like that middle ground, but then we can kind of like.
Yeah. Like who we've got lined up for next week is so out of your comfort zone.
But I love them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
I never would have like just picked
them.
that.
Yeah.
Should we just say who it is?
Little teaser. It's a British rap duo. 2 duos in a row.
Wow, look at us. Well, I mean, we're a duo now. So, oh God. My head just
Rizzle
blew up.
Kicks is who
Yeah.
we've got next week, and we're going to be reviewing their album Roaring Twenties. It came out in 2015, I believe. So that'll
It's
be
some good stuff.
It's
I was
pretty
listening to it at work yesterday. Wasn't working very hard, but I was listening to it.
way to tell your truth.
I mean, all I try to do is live honestly, so.
Yeah. You know.
And yeah. But yeah, we got that coming up next week. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate someone challenging me to spread my. How do I put this? How do I make these into words? You like challenge me to kind of like explore new avenues that like before I'd be like, I don't like rap music.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
You're having fun with rap music, not when I'm around. Yeah.
you children, take your music. Get off my lawn.
Turn that down.
But yeah, I appreciate that because normally I would just be like, well, I'm just gonna listen to whatever I want to.
Yeah.
And there's like artists I already like releasing new stuff, and then sometimes Discover Weekly is okay.
Yeah.
So that's usually how it is and how I get content. Good
Yeah.
content, TM.
Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah.
know. It's pretty. The music world is so. A lot.
So a lot.
that
It is a
there's
lot.
just too much to consume, but also not enough of your favorite stuff at the same time.
Right. Like, there's no way I could ever. I'm gonna go so philosophical
Oh,
right now.
all right.
I just had a
Let me
fleeting
just
thought.
like strap myself
Yeah,
in.
hold on tight. You know, when people are like, "What's your favorite song?"
But-
That was my phone. That just buzzed. I'm so sorry. That was so loud. I don't think. Can you ever find your favorite song?
I have a favorite song like of the day, every day.
Exactly.
Next day.
We don't even know what my favorite song of the past few days has been, because you know what it's been. It's a cover.
If any of you see Leah out and about, just start blasting Weezer's cover of Africa.
I will stop dead in my tracks.
She'll cry.
I will cry. At first, I was like, keep making so much noise. At first, I was like, what is this? And now, it's all I know. It's all I know how to do.
My thought process with it was, I specifically, myself, did not ask for this. None of us needed this. Do I enjoy it? Absolutely.
Right. It's like, where did this come from and why? But also, I'm not going to complain about it.
And also
this.
Yeah,
That's
lots of that. This
Yeah.
the whole time.
Well, I'm glad that I knew that I was going to somehow find a way to work that in here.
I
knew
That's
that
like
it was
my
going to happen.
first thought when I woke up this morning is, how is Leah going to talk about Africa's cover, her Weezer's cover,
Africa's cover of Weezer.
in today's podcast about overcoats?
It'll probably happen every episode.
We'll probably talk about it until somebody else creates an Africa
I'm
cover.
always talking about. I was up until now. I was always talking about Toto's version
Mm-hmm.
all the time, constantly. It's all I knew how to do. But now I have this, so I just go back and forth. I'll listen to the Weezer's for a while, and then I'm like, and also, I can't. Is it in the original key? I don't think it is.
I don't believe so.
I don't think it is. It's so close though.
He might just be like,
He's like a half step lower.
yeah,
But it just makes the entire thing different.
yeah.
But I'm here. I'm here for it. We're thriving.
You know what I'm here for is music becoming a meme. Like
Mhm.
Africa, like Toto's version of Africa got memed somehow, and like no one knows what it means or how it happened.
Yeah.
And it's the same as when everyone was memeing, this is what what's that
That's a good one.
Donald Glover song, Childish Gambino song.
This is America?
No.
Because I was like, people should be memeing that.
Well,
we won't get political here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The one that's like,
Redbone.
Yes.
Redbone. It's like, this is how it would sound if it was in a bathroom and you were at a party and you
Yeah.
were kind of drunk.
And
It's
then
like, why?
it got to the point where someone was like, this is what Redbone would sound like if you were Toto, and then it was just Africa. And then but like the fact that music can also become a meme is amazing to me.
It is amazing. I want to know how. Like, I wish that I could go back. I'm not allowed to enjoy Africa for what it is because it's a meme,
Mhm.
and now everyone hates me because I'm like, I love that song, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, let me like things. I mean, the people in my close inner circle that really care about me, let me live my truth.
Yeah.
But, well, sometimes I'll be like in the car and I'll be playing it, and whoever I'm with is like, this is the third time. That's enough.
You can't play songs on repeat anymore. It's not 2002. Yeah.
Well, you see what I repeated earlier this morning while I was scrambling my eggs was Weezer's cover. I'm not even gonna go there. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
I
I
was-
just want to know, like, why Weezer? When's the last time we've heard from Weezer?
Here's their cover art. Did you like?
Yeah,
I guess the internet was just like
Asking for it.
please make this.
here's the thing. The internet asks for a lot of things. And it's unnecessary.
But usually the internet gets what it wants, which is
So-
beyond me. So, hey,
River-
internet, make this podcast really popular. Please, please, please. Thank you. There, I asked. Now maybe we'll get it.
The Twitter account Weezer Cover Africa by Toto with the handle @WeezerAfrica tweeted @Rivers Cuomo. It's about time you bless the rains down in Africa on December 6th, 2017
Okay.
at 9:55 a.m. That's their
that's what
album,
that's
artwork.
what I wake up and think of. I wish Weezer would cover Africa every morning.
But
Just
at
Weezer.
Rivers specifically.
Yeah.
Like, not at Weezer the band,
Yeah.
at Rivers Cuomo. His last name's really fun to say.
I don't know, man. Internet's a weird place.
But, like, before this, when was the last time we heard from Weezer? What have they been doing? Just this? Oh, I guess they released an entire album in
I
2017.
don't really keep up with Weezer. They went on tour with Panic at the Disco. I didn't know that.
Well, they've released an album 2017, 2016, and 2014. So they've been there. I've just been ignoring them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
How
not.
can we?
I like to. I'm like, let's start a podcast and review new music, but I'm really bad at finding it. Is the thing.
Yeah, that's my
So-
jam.
So that's why we're here, because Taylor makes me listen to new things.
It's true. I force feed my friends music all the time. I'm like, hey, have you guys ever heard of this band? And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, listen to them
Yeah,
now.
well, too bad. I'm going to ask you every 30 seconds if you've listened yet until you say yes.
Just like people that don't listen to the music that you suggest to them are really rude, and I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
appreciate them.
This is a public service announcement. If I send you a song, it means that I thought of you when I heard it.
Accurate.
So, like, I had to, like, swallow. Please listen to it. You don't have to listen to it immediately. Just, like, at some point.
Speaking of, please listen to. We also, along with our podcast, because we're going to be recording our podcast every Friday, we are releasing a Music Mondays Friday Faves, where we will be
So,
choosing.
Check it out.
We will be choosing our 2 favorite songs from each album that we review, as well as 4 songs that we're digging that week and put them here. So it'll be 10 new songs on this playlist.
On this playcast
Yes.
pod.
List. 10 songs every week, and we're just going to keep adding to it. So
Yeah.
this week, Leah's favorite Overcoats song.
Mine was Hold Me Close. That's the one where you want to lay in, I personally want to lay in a field and, like, cry about stuff that is irrelevant.
And then do you want to talk about any of the other songs that you added to the list?
Yeah, I think we should talk about the ones this time, but then we should, like, peg it to be like, who
Do
posted
it on your
what?
phone.
Like, figure it
Yeah.
out. What did I post? You have it up.
Here.
I'm gonna look at yours.
Do this.
So I did Read My Mind, which is by Catfish and the Bottlemen, which is like, they did it live, and it's on this album that's just a bunch of random songs and random artists. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it exists, but it's there and it's great.
Okay.
And then I did Boyfriend by Walk the Moon off of one of their EPs. Ronald Gregory Erickson II by Star.
It's just letters.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Starfucker.
Yeah.
STR, FKR, whatever. And then One by VHS Collection, which is a new song they released.
I've heard of everyone except for VHS Collection.
Yeah, they're good. They were one of those Discover Weekly bands that I was
Nice.
like, this is nice. Actually, no, I heard them in Starbucks, and I Shazammed.
Hey Siri, who is this?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. Bye.
Yeah. No, I did the thing where you like Snapchat Shazam. I don't even have the real app, but you like can hold it down, you know?
Okay, well Siri does that for you, and
Well,
Snapchat's
you know
a garbage
what?
app.
I'm not good at things.
Back to the Playcast.
Oh, yeah.
My Overcoats song, I changed it 3 times because I'm indecisive and I like this whole album, which we've already gone over several times.
Mhm.
Mine's Nighttime Hunger, and that's the one that we were talking about where they're like, wow, no, wow, no, wow, no, and they
Yeah.
like do the thing. It's
That's
really
fun.
good, and it's like got like some good. It's just good. And then I have Till It's Over by Anderson .Paak, Anita by Smino, which we will be having podcasts over Anderson .Paak and over Smino. That's
I'm ready.
It's gonna happen. Some Girl by Goldlink and 4 Leaf Clover by Raven Lene, and those last 2 songs actually have this guy named Steve Lacy on them. He's really cool. So
Yeah, but from here on out,
Take a
if
listen.
you watch this podcast / listen to this podcast / listen to our playlist, you have to figure out what posted what, because I think that's fun.
yeah, and you can let us know who you think had the better jams of the week,
Yeah.
or who you think posted what over on our Twitter.
Yeah. At Music Monday Cast. I know that there's no S on the Mondays. It was too long, so I had to make some decisions.
It's okay.
Um,
But you can find us anywhere with this little purple and gray logo. Maybe you'll put it here in post.
yeah, it's gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be here. It's gonna
Maybe
be here.
maybe
It's gonna be
here,
on our
maybe.
face. It's gonna cover me the whole time. You don't want to see me. Promise.
It'll just be there the whole time. But everything is some variation of that logo. So
Yeah, and also speaking of our Twitter, you can head over there, and maybe I'll insert the name of the Twitter right here. Here it is. You can go over there. Our DMs are open. You can send us suggestions on who you might want to see us review.
yeah, absolutely.
We're very open to that because I think it would be cool to do something that like maybe neither of us have heard of
Absolutely.
or picked, and see what you guys like to listen to.
Definitely, because I think it would be, if we continue one of us choosing an album every week, it's gonna be biased.
Right.
Because we're gonna be like, oh, Leah picked that one. It's so fun because she did it. But like, if some stranger does it,
Right. I mean, and yeah, we're gonna give our honest opinions on
Yeah.
albums. If we're not a fan of it,
definitely.
we're gonna tell you. We're not gonna like. I respect all artists of all kinds. I appreciate that you're making art. I just might not be the biggest fan of it,
Which is fine.
which is okay. Art is so subjective, you know. We don't need to go down that hole.
Ugh.
So, but
Yeah.
but yeah, you can check us out.
Absolutely. So I am sure that all of our links and things will be in the description.
Absolutely.
If you found us through our Twitter, you already know where it's at. You already know what it do, where it at, all of the above,
All of the above.
and
All right.
that's all of our thoughts on overcoats.
Yeah, that's all of our thoughts on Overcoats and also Grey's Anatomy and also,
Also
Weezer.
Weezer.
We talked about Overcoats for such a little amount of
I
time.
know.
Sorry. But
Just
that's-
listen to it, and you'll know that
Yeah.
all there is to say is that it's really good, and it's great, and it's good, and you want to cry, but
you
also
need to
dance.
hear it. And you can cry while you dance. That's an
true.
experience. So try that. Try that out. Start crying, start dancing. You'll
Cry
you'll
now.
feel something.
Cry right now.
Start crying. I'm gonna start crying.
We're
No.
gonna like Pavlovian.
God, my phone keeps. I need to not have my phone in my pocket next time. Note.
Mine's over there.
I had to make sure my hair didn't look like garbage. It's hot outside. And then I just
90.
forgot about it.
1,000 degrees.
It
outside.
is. It is 90,000 degrees
All right,
outside.
well, now we're just babbling.
Yep. We should wrap it up
Yeah.
because we're just gonna keep going like this. All right. Well, thank you guys. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for some Rizzle Kicks.
Yeah.
Check out our Friday faves. Follow
Rizzle
us on
Kicks.
Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we should make
Rolling
an Instagram. We can talk about that later.
Well, yeah. Well, you might see it.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll make a MySpace. I don't know.
Bebo account coming at you soon.
Y'all got kick? No. All right. Well, that's our thoughts on Overcoats.
Yeah.
And that's the end, I
Yeah.
guess. All right.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you guys next week.